Muscadines getting ripe. Got Muscadines and Scuppernongs of many species. These all start out as a green muscadine, and then they darken as they ripen. Some types ripen at different times, so you'll have to continually pick one of the vines to keep getting the ripe fruit off. And you can see some of these are like that. They're ahead of each other. But then there's the Scuppernongs, and they're not a dark muscadine, they're a green one. So anytime you get a muscadine that's green, they call it a Scuppernong. Anytime it's a dark muscadine, it's called a muscadine. And you can see wild hogs do my cultivating around the rows and do a pretty good job of it, but they don't bother the fruit. They can't really reach it, but it's pretty heavy bearing. There's some advantages to wild hogs, and even if there wasn't, the way I look at it, they're a native of Eurasia, and the ecosystem there does fine with them, so they won't really be that big of a deal here. Heck, we've had wild hogs here since the Spanish brought them. I haven't had any effects permanently except for what humans do. We've made everything extinct with our lust of exterminating wildlife for sport. It just seems to, people just, a lot of them seem to be really thrilled at exterminating, you know, any kind of wildlife they can for sport. It seems like they do it because they think the wildlife are going to get overpopulated if they're not there. They're exterminating them. What they don't realize is it's not going to happen. There's just too many problems for everyone, and everyone dies. Wildlife, humans, we all get old. This is one they claim is really, really productive. It's called Granny Val, but I've not had too much luck with Granny Val. And here's another Granny Val, and the fruit doesn't really taste very good on Granny Val. I don't like any of those so-called pollinating species like Carlos or any of the others. I think the fry is my favorite, and it's called a Scuppernong, but the fry or any fry type is my favorite. But if you like red wine, of course, you're not going to be able to get it from any Scuppernong. It's only going to make you some white wine. So that's, like I said before about muscadines, they are one easy crop if you live below 7B. I mean, you know, down from 7B to 10. Anything above 7B, in the range, you know, 7, 6, 5, whatever, you're gonna lose them. They're gonna die to the ground every year. But I don't have to do anything to muscadines except prune them so that they'll stay on this wire. I have one naked wire and one barbed wire. The barbed wire is only there because the horses like to rub and scratch and tear up everything, so that keeps the horses from deteriorating it. And right now my tractor has a problem with the steering, so I can't bush hog, so it's okay, because I kind of wanted it to grow a little bit longer. I would have bush hogged it maybe a week ago, and it's really good to let your weeds grow a little while because they get deeper roots when they grow, and like then this pyrillament, it'll get a deep root and take up nutrients from down below that would have been lost to the grasses. And then when you bush hog it, it kills it because it's an annual, and then it leaves those on the surface, creating topsoil. So, you know, all soil is created from plants, not fire like they lie to you and say. You know, the BLM does not want you to know that bison should be back on the prairies, but plants make soil, good soil, not fire. And so when you mow and you let it grow back, and you mow and you let it grow back, that's the only way you can build soil. Because soil is basically, starts out as rocks, like these hogs will show you. It's just rock, and then the plants turn it into something, and they sort of cannibalize themselves. As they die, they become soil. And earthworms move it all over the place. They move it around. Anyway, this is probably boring to you.